Hey guys, Andrew Oldar with Dirt Rider Magazine. I'm here with two of our test riders, Michael Wicker and Steve Boniface, summing up our 2018 250F MX Shootout. Coming in first place, taking the overall victory, was the Honda CRF250R. The Honda was redesigned from the ground up in 2018 with an all-new chassis, dual overhead cam engine, and Showa 49mm coil spring fork and shock. Our testing staff felt the engine had excellent top-end power, the suspension was a great balance between comfort and performance, and the chassis offered razor-sharp handling. Steve, what do you think of the engine?
Yes, I agree. I can tell the new engine is nothing like before. The power at the top is very good. Bottom mid is good, but not as good as the top is on the bike. And I feel like the bike likes to be at race pace.
I feel the power in this bike, those RPMs have to be up. The shifting is very smooth on this bike. Overall, really smooth on power, and yeah, the top end is definitely where the power is.
I totally agree with you guys. The engine definitely makes excellent power on the top end. The bottom end, for me, was definitely a bit lacking, but overall, very pleased with the engine. I did notice it's very free and quick revving too, which pleased me a lot. Moving on to the suspension department, the Honda did receive an all-new Showa 49mm coil spring fork and shock, which most test riders felt were both really balanced and offered a great balance between comfort and performance.
I feel overall the new redesigned forks is plush. Also though, it's more suited for an aggressive rider, not so much the beginner average riders. I think the springs stock are more suited for heavier riders.
I really like the suspension on the new Honda. The front fork was one of my favorite front fork after the 2 days of riding. It gave me like a really good feeling in the front wheel, both at high speed and lower speed coming into the corner. Might have to ride the bike at a good, decent speed to really get the full potential of the great suspension that the Honda has to offer.
I totally agree with you guys. The suspension definitely does like to be ridden a bit more aggressively and a bit harder, but I think that matches the rest of the bike's characteristics very well. Moving on to handling, the CRF250R has an all-new chassis and bodywork that make it feel incredibly light and nimble on the track.
Handling-wise, the Honda was the best on the track after those 2 days. It was pretty stable on the faster part of the track. Jumping was great on the Honda, really easy. Cornering was where I feel like was really, really good. Easy to turn like a small, tight corner, even like tighter than any other bike. For me, that was the best handling bike of the Shootout.
I feel the same way. I feel overall the bike is really nimble and agile and squaring up corners. I also like the seat too. It's very flat, which you can move to the front of the bike or to the back of the bike. You can stand up. The bike just works with you.
I think you guys hit the nail on the head. The bike does corner extremely well. It seems like you can just pivot off of anything and the bike just reacts very quickly. The one thing I did notice that kind of unnerved me a little bit was it seemed like at high speeds the bike could get a little bit twitchy, especially on deceleration. We were able to mostly fix it with just a few fork and shock adjustments, but that is one area where I feel like the Honda, it's give and take between cornering and straight line stability. So the Honda CRF250R was the most well-liked bike among our testing staff over our 2-day shootout. Steve, why would you buy the Honda?
Handling was really good on the Honda. Electric start on a 250. A good overall engine package. I think the bike was a really fun bike to ride.
I feel the same way. I feel overall got everything you need. It's got good suspension and it can suit most types of riders. Just overall, everything is solid on it.
So that wraps up Dirt Rider's 2018 250F MX Shootout with the Honda CRF250R taking the victory. I'm Andrew Oldar.
I'm Steve Boniface.
I'm Michael Wicker.
Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.